Hello, everyone. Here we are. It's Sunday evening. I am so sorry. I have not had time to read through all the comments yet. There's quite a lot of them. You guys are chat, chat, chat. But that's all good. Can you hear me okay? Let's just start right there. I think I did this right. I had a little bit of trouble with just a button issue tonight, and I'm hoping that everything's working all right. So if someone can give me a, yep, it's working, that would be awesome. How is everyone? Did you have a great weekend? I had a really slow, lazy, relaxing weekend. I did not do very much of anything. Oh my goodness, Shelley, you had your first customer and individual class today. Fantastic. How did it go? You're a real demonstrator. I know what you mean. There is something, a lot of people become demonstrators just to get their own products, right? And that's perfectly legitimate. There is nothing to be ashamed of in just being a demonstrator who shops for the discount, and that's completely fine. However, I actually feel like I know what you mean. Like, you become a real demonstrator when you actually have classes, and there's nothing that says you have to. But a lot of people do them maybe once a month or something like that and just find that they really enjoy them. It's a nice chance to get some friends together and craft together. And it's just, I was so nervous before my first class. I remember I was almost ill. I almost made myself sick, and I was prepared to the nth degree. I had all the instructions written out. I had everything planned down to the last little tiny intricate bit. Of course, once I worked out that that wasn't necessary, I started enjoying it a lot more. But, the first one's always the hardest. So congratulations to you on getting through your first class. Fantastic. Good job. All right. Who do we have? Yeah, everyone can hear me okay? You were stressed. You know what I find? That once you start making the cards, you stop being stressed because you think about what you're doing, and your creative juices start flowing, and you just relax into it because you're being creative. So we are very lucky. It's not like we're doing, I don't even want to name any other brands, but it's not like we're demonstrating something that we aren't completely into. You don't have to remember a bunch of facts and all that sort of stuff. You just get to be creative and make stuff. So I think that's what's so cool about it, right? We've got some new people here today. Hello, if you're new. So Vintage Halloween Design by Clint. Hi there. I think, Clint, you've been with us before, but I don't remember the Vintage Halloween Design bit. So there we go. It's interesting. Some people here in Australia do Halloween, and some people just don't. It's quite it's probably, in my experience, most of my customers don't do Halloween. We don't really do Halloween either, and I'm married to an American. If I did do Halloween, he probably wouldn't have a problem with it. I'm just not that interested. It's something I didn't really grow up with. So let's see. Okay, well, I'll get stuck into it, I think, but just hello, everyone. Right? I'm not going to go through individual names tonight just because we have such a great crowd. We've got 40 people watching already. If you're looking at the numbers and thinking you can't see 40, if you're on YouTube, you only see the numbers on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, you only see the numbers on Facebook. I see both. So it says 41 now. So it's 40 and climbing. All right. You don't do Halloween either, Monique? Yeah, see, some people do, some people don't. Each to their own, right? There we go. You love Halloween, Jennifer. See, there you go. Some people love it. I've got one customer who really, really loves it, and one team member that really loves it. But one customer who, her birthday is on Halloween, so she loves Halloween, and she goes all out and makes Halloween a big thing because it's also her birthday. So there you go. Only 9 thumbs up. That's okay. You know what? Comments are actually more valuable to me than thumbs ups. So there we go. It all helps, though. It all helps. All right. So let's switch over to the desk and have a look and see what we might be going to do tonight. I'm happy to take requests if anyone has anything they particularly want to see. You can either ask me ahead of time, or if I happen to have the things and it's not difficult for me to switch, I don't mind doing it on the fly. So I'm very happy to craft without knowing what I'm going to be making. So if ever anybody wants to see particular colors, particular products, particular techniques, mind you, most of the technique stuff we save for Tuesdays because that's Technique Tuesdays at 2 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon. So, but we do a little bit of technique in these videos as well. All right. You do Halloween because of the kids and grandkids. Yep, fair enough. All right, I'm going to turn my light on my desk here just to make it a little bit more bright for the desk. Hello, Megan. Nice to see you. Hi, Donna. Hello, Sheila. Hi, Ellen. Ellen, how are you? Did you have a good weekend? I was thinking about giving you a buzz earlier today, and then I didn't. I had a nap instead. All right, let me switch over. Right, so yeah, it was weird weather. Yesterday I did get to go out and get a walk in. I got a little bit rained on the way home, and then today was pretty rainy and yicky, so I just stayed indoors in my pajamas most of the day. It was great. All right, so this is what we have. Everything you see me using tonight is available for purchase. If that's something that you're interested in, I'll be putting up the blog address later on up on the screen so that you can make a purchase, or you can go into the description below this video once it's completed, and I'll update with all the details there as well. Okay. Humble home and trucking along. Is that you? Are you telling me that's what you'd like to see, Donna? You know what? Oh, good, Ellen. I hope the team meeting went well. Hope it went well. I find that just about every single time I go live, somebody's asking for the humble home. And that's because, you know, this is the set that's actually featured on the cover of the mini catalogue at the moment. And it is a stamp set and a punch. So, you know, there are so many cool things you can do with this set. I really love it. And in fact, on Tuesday, I am doing my Technique Tuesday this week is going to be tips and tricks with the humble home set. Okay, so if you love the humble home and you want to see more of it, that's what I'm doing on Tuesday. So I probably won't do it tonight, only because, I mean, we could, but I'm going to do a whole thing on it and, you know, an hour or so on it on Tuesday afternoon. So if you love the humble home bundle and you want to see more, be watching then. Or if you miss it, you can always watch the replay, right? I know everyone loves humble home. It has definitely been my most popular. It's been my most popular bestseller of the catalogue so far. Yeah, there you go. You'll like that. While I think about it, I would think so, Monique. Sorry, Megan. I would think it is the highest selling bundle for, in my experience anyway. So that doesn't mean to say that that's the case across the board, but quite often it is. Quite often, you know, my little business is just a mini version of what's going on in the wider Stampin' Up world sometimes. So there we go. All right. What did you answer a question there? Did your card inspire you? Which card? Sorry, I don't remember. Which card are we talking about? Oh, are you thinking about the colourful card that you put up with the Humble Home bundle? Is that the one? No, actually, I was asked whether I could. I had one of my customers asked me if I could tell her how they made the card on. Where is the Humble Home? Here it is. How they made this card here. Okay, and she was asking about that, and so I had a little play around with it, and I said to her, "How about we make that the feature of this Tuesday's Technique Tuesday?" And I've got a few other little tips and tricks of things you can do with the Humble Home bundle as well. Okay, so yeah, that is actually where the inspiration came from. I hope that answers. Yeah, I love that colourful stamp. Actually, the funny thing you should say that particular set has inspired another card which will be featured on Tuesday. Okay, so that card has inspired it, but the actual fact that I'm doing it for a Technique Tuesday is because I had a customer ask me if I could tell how to make that card. So there we go. The Surfing Santa is a great stamp set. I don't have that one though. I'm not into Surfing Santas. I know we have them every couple of years. It's up the back here somewhere, isn't it? Does anyone remember what page it's on? It's on one of these. Or have I gone past it? Yeah, I've gone past it. Hang on, let's look at the index. Wouldn't that be the smart thing to do? Because that'll tell us what page it's on. Stamps. Here they are. The Surfing Santa is on page 55. So I must have just missed it. There it is. There he is. Okay, so he's wearing his boardies. He's got his boardies on, and we've got a little conch shell here, and he's got a drink in hand. There's some kind of, this to me looks like almost like a tribal tattoo. You know what I mean? Like one of those tribal tattoos that people put on their arms. That's what that reminds me of. You haven't touched the ink yet, Rose. Well, we'll have to get to that, won't we? But this is not one that I have, so I won't be able to show you anything with it. But I do like the fact that they did a scrapbooking page with it. That's kind of cool. See, Barbara said she's the same, Rose. You want to see Surfing Santa with the melting snowman? You mean this one and this one? He'd have to be melting, wouldn't he? I mean, he's looking very tropical there. So I think, you know, these are created with our market in mind because, you know, we don't have snow. So, so there's some ideas there. All right. It's too large to use as a wave. Do you think so? Yeah, it is meant to be a stylized wave, exactly. But, all right, so I'm going to use tonight something that we did play with on Friday night for my first card. And the reason why is because I've just got this set. And so, of course, I am creating as much as I can with it, and I really, really like it. I've been running a team challenge over on my team Facebook page this month. And we always have a team challenge with a theme, something like that. And this month's theme was to actually go through this catalogue, the mini catalogue, pick a card that you really, really love, and then copy it. Maybe put your own spin on it, but copy it. You could copy it exactly if you wanted to. And we've had some really great submissions. Everybody who is part of that gets a little gift from me at the end of the month in some tutorials that I send out. But somebody did this one the other day. Did anyone notice that in our team? And I really love I think that's a really fun card with the little reindeer coming up between the presents. Super, super cute. So somebody did that one. And then, you know, everything about this is lovely. So I actually have the whole suite now. Yes, I wasn't intending, I didn't think I needed that bundle, but I had everything else. And then I went and got it. Couldn't help myself, right? I know some of us, this happens to all of us from time to time. I know it does. And we end up with things that we didn't intend to get. So some of you probably saw the card I did with this on Friday night. Hang on, it's right here. Let me grab it. This is the one we made Friday night. Okay, and this is similar. One has the deer on an angle and one had the deer up and down. Okay, so that's the one we did Friday night, which was a bit of fun. So I thought I'd do another one, and I'm going to show you one of the things I love about this bundle is that the dies match quite a bit of stuff in the paper. Okay, so I love it when you've got dies and paper that match, because that means you can get away with not having to stamp images to fit the dies, even though the stamps do fit. Now, one of the reasons I enjoy that is I send out online class stuff like the craft along stuff, like we had the other day. And one of the Stampin' Up rules is that we're not allowed to send stamped images. And I get it. I understand why we're not allowed to. It makes a lot of sense, because if we're going to do that, why would people need to buy the stamps? I get it. Makes sense from a business standpoint. However, when I've got dies and paper that match, it means I can send those out, and I'm getting around that. I'm not contravening any rules. So there you go. It happens, doesn't it? Well, it happens to me too, Monique, you know. Oh, we could do the gold dip cards in ephemera packs. We could. Well, I was actually thinking about maybe using one of those ephemera pack pieces anyway. Also, the little bit festive, those pieces are really cool as well. All right, anyway, I'm going to make this card, and this is the card I'm going to make tonight. Okay, so it's a very easy card, but you'll notice that the mummy and the baby deer, how cute are they, are actually cut from the paper. So let me grab the paper. And this paper, also one of the cards I did in my craft along featured the deers, this deer here from this paper, the kind of jumping, dancing deer. But this one, the mummy and the baby, is from the paper that has the green background, and there it is right there. Can you see? There's a few of them on here. So there's actually 5, because I've already cut one out that's on this card, and then there's another 4 there. So I'm actually going to grab my scissors, and I'm going to cut around them rather than cutting up the middle of the paper. This way is just a bit more frugal. I'm going to cut around the mummy and the baby roughly. Okay, like that. You could, of course, cut them out by hand if you wanted to, if you didn't have the dies, and it would just take a bit longer. But if you're going to be making a lot of cards, you probably don't want to be doing that. You want to use the dies, right? Oh, no, Monique, I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry, right? Because that means I'm doing my job, because this is what I do. So this is the image that I'd like to cut out. Oh, Cookie's having a moment. You okay up there, Cookie? Cookie. Flapping around in there. All right, so you can see this one here is the one of the mummy and the baby, and it is a perfect match, right? So we're going to be cutting that, and you would line it up so it exactly fits, and then roll it through your cut and emboss machine. So I'm going to put that to one side. Right, the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a card front piece in white that is 10 centimeters by 14.3. So this is card front size. All right, that's the piece there. And you might notice that I've got this on a pool party as my background. Now, the reason that I'm on a pool party background, even though there is, if you look very closely, there's a little bit of pool party. Can't really see it in this light. There's a little bit of pool party in the background of this card. And pool party is one of the featured cards. So this is going to go through. Actually, I've just noticed that there's some white bits that didn't pull out, didn't come out. So I'm just going to push those out. This is from the last time I used it. Just going to use my die brush to push those out. These things are fantastic. They are an attachment that fits on your Take Your Pick tool. So if you have a Take Your Pick tool but you don't have the die brush attachment, I thoroughly recommend that you add that to your next order, because it's a great little thing to have. It just, you take off the putty end, and then this just screws in. I'll show you. Just screws in, okay, to that end. I leave this in most of the time because even though I like the putty end, I don't use it as much as I use the die brush. The die brush to me is more useful. So, you know, everyone's different, right? But for me, that's the most useful part. What do other people find? The other thing I love is the pokey tool on the end. I find I use that a lot. The pokey tool, if you clip it out, there's a flat tool on this end here, and you can have that bit screwed in if you want to. So, you know, great for lifting up things. If you've glued something down, you need to lift it. Good for that. But I usually use the pokey tool out because that's the one I'd be most inclined to use. All right, so these two are the ones I usually have it like this. Die brush on one end, pokey tool on the other. But you can change it up if you want to. There's also some other attachments you can get as well. Yes, it was Merlot helping me crochet today, Megan. He's a good boy, but I tell you what, when he decides he wants to be on your lap, Merlot weighs a lot. Okay, he's like 9.5 kilos worth of cat, so he's super heavy. Once he's on you, you're not going anywhere. He's super heavy. All right, so this is going to go right here. So I'm going to line this up so the top is about 1 centimeter down from there, and then it's the same amount of distance from this side as it is from that side. So that's how I would run that through. So I'm going to grab my cut and emboss machine. The other thing is I stamped my Merry Christmas on one of the labels from the Peaceful Season dies. This is not the same. I just think this is a great die set. So if you're looking for a really good die set that has lots of good labels in it, I've been using these a lot. Okay, so you've got the word Christmas, which has got its own outline, if you like. Then you've got, you know, a little banner here that you could put something small on, like a small Merry Christmas, or the word Merry or Happy. Those words do feature in this set. Okay, so, you know, you can do a number of things. A season of wonder and happiness, all the best, and cheer all year. There are a few here that you could use other times other than Christmas, like that all the best you could use anytime, really. But I've been finding I use this one, this big long banner here, and I have already cut one of those. So I've already got one. Here's one I prepared earlier. So I've already got one of those ready to go. But this is a really great die set. So if you're looking for a really good set that's got like year-round appeal, that's great, even if you're not using it for the matching words necessarily. Just love it. So it's a good one. All right. Okay, so we've got our pieces ready to go. And that's all the, actually I was going to say that's all the die cutting, but there is one more thing I would need to die cut, and that is if I want to have this piece here at the back, I could just put in a square behind there. In fact, I think I probably will in this one, but you can also cut it out of a circle, and that circle size is the largest circle in the stitch shapes that fits this circle of this. They are a perfect match. Okay, so if you wanted to put a circle in, you could do that, but I'm actually just going to put a square of paper in there today. I'm not going to worry about the circle because it's not something that's really noticeable anyway. Building Snowman is online exclusive. Oh, okay. Okay. Filled with cheese stamps on it. Okay, got it now. You have the pokey tool and a die brush tool, Sheila. Aren't they great? They're really, really good. Now, while I think of it, some of you ladies, let me grab my different bits and pieces. Some of you ladies have registered for my Zoom class, which is happening tomorrow. If you are doing the Zoom with me tomorrow, and you would have probably already registered for that, it will be 2 p.m. I'll send out a reminder to everyone's emails so to make sure they have actually got the Zoom link. There's also a supply list that went out. So if you registered and didn't receive the supply list, please let me know so I can send it again. Okay. All right. So this is going to go on here. I'm just going to pop this through, so like I'm about 1 centimeter down from the top, and I'm lining it up so that it's about the same distance from each side, and trying to make it as straight as I possibly can. Okay, that looks pretty good. We'll do that first. Run that through. Oh. And because it's an intricate die, I'm going to bring it back again. I find sometimes just having that, it will cut just that little bit better. And we will also check it before we pull it off. It looks pretty good. Looks like I've got a good clean cut there. So I can peel that off. Okay, this piece will just push out. And then you see some of it's got left behind, and that's where your die brush is really handy. So I'm just going to run that over. If there's any bits still stuck, you can put I think I've got most of them. There we go. It's all good. Right, so that's nice and done. Then we've also got our reindeer, mummy and baby. Let's pop them on. If you're worried about it moving, you can use a post-it note or something like that just to keep it nice and still so it doesn't move as it goes through. I'm just trusting that it's going to be okay. If it does move, I line it up again. I keep a close eye on it, but I lay it down carefully so it shouldn't move. And this one's not intricate, so we won't need to come back again. You could if you want to, but you don't need to. That's just going to fall out just as it is. Can you see that? There we go. A lot easier than using a pair of scissors, right? Who likes fussy cutting? I am not. I actually like fussy cutting, but when I'm on a time crunch, I still appreciate the convenience of dies to do it for me when I'm busy or trying to get a lot of things done, which seems to happen a lot. I'm going to come back down again. Here we go. All right, something I will mention, part of this suite is the peppermints. Those came back in stock on Friday. If you do not have the peppermints and you are wanting to get them, you want to jump in and get them ordered, because I'm not saying they're going to sell out again, but it wouldn't surprise me. That's my honest assessment. I have no way of knowing, but if they sold out again, I would not be surprised. You love fussy cutting. Yes, I do too. And Moira says she doesn't like it. Maria doesn't like it either. Roz does. Not me, says Margaret. So it really depends. Some people love it and some people don't. And, some people also find it difficult. If you have arthritis or any problems with your hands, then fussy cutting is probably not something you love, and dies would be your friend, right? So I understand that fussy cutting can be great if you enjoy that kind of thing, but if it's not your thing, that's totally okay. That's what we have dies for. All right. So I'm just grabbing myself a piece of Pool Party, and this is Pool Party cardstock, 21 centimeters across, which is the width of a sheet of A4, and 14.8 wide, which is half a sheet. Okay, so it's going to go right here. Now this piece is going to end up on here. Now if you didn't want to have anything behind here, you could just leave it. I'm going to actually use, give me a second. I've got, when you order the die brush, it comes with the foam mat. And I actually have got a few pieces here that haven't come out yet. So I turn it over to the back and use my die brush across the paper to push any of those last few pieces out. Okay, and you can see a few more pieces fell. Anything that you've missed, you can come back in with your pokey tool and give them a final push out. There's only 3 pieces that didn't come out. Whoop. All right. So that's what that's all about. Actually, I have a feeling you get 2 foam mats with your die brush. Well, mine, I had 2 when I got mine. All right, so if you wanted to, you could just keep that as blue. And if you wanted, you could also sponge over this. So I could use my either Pool Party, or if I wanted a bit darker, I could maybe go Coastal Cabana and sponge around in here to create a darker background behind the mummy and the baby, okay, which would look really nice. But we're not going to do that. We're going to use the paper. So I'm just grabbing that because I popped it on the floor. And let's see. This is the one that I use. Can you see what I'm talking about, with a little bit of Pool Party in the background, but it's very, very faint. So if I was to put this behind here, I'd probably want a couple of these trees at the top here. Thinking, where would I want them? Yeah, probably about there. That looks good. So I've got some trees, and then the mummy and the baby are going to go over here. It looks like they've got trees coming up from behind. So I'm going to cut this. Actually, I should have gone the other way first, but that's okay. And I'm going to go 9.5 by 9.5. Now they're going to be off to one side, but that's fine. So this piece is going to go right here, 9.5 by 9.5. So I've got the same amount here, here, and at the sides. This piece is 10 across, so it's going to cover the edges of that. Okay, and you can see I've got my trees up there. If I wanted to, I could actually move them down slightly, which I might, because no one's going to see the top anyway. So let's put some Tombow behind that. Oh, thanks, Megan. Yeah, Megan's put up the code and the price for the Take Your Pick die brush. Oh, and that's, if you like it, you could also have like lots of different trees like that. That would also look nice. So you've got the, which one do you like best? Do you like the mini trees like this, or do you like the bigger trees like so? I kind of think I like the bigger trees. What do you guys think? Hey, Deborah, nice to see you here. With punches, I get that, because some people, big trees, mini trees, says Moira, but who was first? Big tree said Monique. Monique was first with big tree. Okay, so we're going big trees. All right, so I'm going to put some Tombow, and we're just going to stick this straight down, because the edges of this are going to be hidden behind our white piece at the front. So I'm going to move this down a little bit so I see a little bit more of the tops of the trees, and I'll double before that glue dries. I'm just making sure that that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. All right, so I've moved it down a little bit. Can you see that? Not as quite as close to the top, because I want to see a little bit more of those trees, and we're going to have that over the top. Now, if you were going to stamp directly on this, and you could, I've got got a bit of adhesive on there, so I'm just going. This is one thing I can't sell you. These adhesive removers, you can pick them up at Spotlight, or you might have a newsagent. If you ever have a bit of adhesive, you can just get that straight off with that. We used to sell them once upon a time, but we don't anymore. Right, if you're going to stamp directly, you want to stamp on this before you put it on, because I'm going to put it on with dimensionals. So once it's but I'm not stamping directly, I'm going to be stamping on a banner, so that's not going to matter. So let me move this out of the way, grab some dimensionals, and what I want to do is I want to have, first of all, I'll start with a dimensional in each corner, bring it in from the corner a little bit. 1, 2, 3, and 4. But because I don't want it to sag here in the middle, I'm also going to put a couple here around the edge of my window. Okay. You could add more if you want to, but I think that's probably enough. I don't want it to sag here in the middle. So I'm going to take all the backs off. And then I'm going to stand up, because then I can line it up better. And I'm going to pop that right there. All right. Now I can see a little bit of deers coming through the bottom, but I don't care, because that's where my mummy and baby deer are going to go once I find them. Where are they? I had them on the desk. Did anyone see where they ended up? Sigh. Did they fall on the ground? Here are the dies again. That's the die. Seriously. Oh, there they are. Found them. Lots and lots of paper and stuff piled on top of them. That's the problem. All right, so these are going to go right about here. All right. So when I did this originally, I've got like the bottom of the circle where there's a little bit of that showing through between the mummy and the baby. So they're up a little bit higher. They probably come down about 3/4 of an inch, or what, 1.5 centimeters down below here. So I'm going to pop some, you can see the tartan design on the back as well. I'm going to put these here. I'm not going to worry about putting any up in the middle. I could, I suppose. Well, maybe I will, actually. I'm going to just go for it. And we've got 3. So we've got one behind her head, one behind the baby, and one behind her bottom. And we're going to just put them right here. Aren't they adorable? I think they're so pretty, so cute. It's a really nice image. All right, then I have, where is my banner? Here it is. I've got my banner here, and I'm going to use the Merry Christmas from the Reindeer Fun set, which is a really nice Merry Christmas. I actually really like the words, because they've got like little scrolly bits on the R's and the S's and stuff, and the M there for the may all your days be full of cheer. But I'm going to use Merry Christmas on this one. And I'm going to just pop it there for a second and grab a block, a longer block, to stick this on. And I'm going to use my garden green ink, because garden green is featured in this tree here. This is a very easy card, right? And just going to stand up and line this up. Oops, ever so slightly crooked, but I don't think it's very noticeable. Only the tiniest, tinsiest bit, because I'm a perfectionist, right? And now on the back of here, 1, 2, 1 and 2. And we're going to pop this the right way up here at the bottom of my card. Just like that. Do we like this? It's such a cute card. I love that mummy and baby deer. They're so cute. All right, it does need a bit of bling, and I went with the peppermints. I have got I've got just little peppermints left. I did find one sitting over here. I found a big one, but I'm not going to use that on this card. I'll save that maybe for a humble home house. I have ordered more, but I don't know if they're going to arrive by the time I wanted to use them on Tuesday. So, all right, here we go. And just like so. I now have 2 of this super, super cute card. Isn't it gorgeous? It is a really fun card. And I think it's easy, but looks like you went to a lot of trouble. And I like cards that are easy, but look like you went to a lot of trouble, right? You would have used about 9 dimensionals and a few minis. Yes. Okay. No, I think I got away with 6 and then 3 behind the mummy and baby. So, hey, that's 9 altogether, right? So same. Snap. Yeah, that would also look good, Roz. You know, to have a little bit of use a blending brush and do a bit of sky, a bit darker up here, and that would look lovely. We could definitely get away with that. All right, I'm going to pop that to one side. That's card number 1 tonight. All right, now we had a few suggestions of things that people were interested in seeing. But one of the suggestions was to use the gold dipped cards and envelopes. So let me grab those. Has everyone seen the gold dipped cards and envelopes? And then there's an ephemera pack as well. I'm not sure where I wonder where my ephemera pack is. That'll be interesting. If I can't find it, we'll be using a little bit festive. Oh no, here it is. So I do know where it is. A little bit festive also matches up with this really well. So let's have a quick look at these in here so you guys get a feel for it. Let me straighten up my camera because I hate it when I'm not straight. The grid on my glass makes me want to always line up the grid so it's perfect, because I don't like it if the grid is not showing as straight. All right, so at the front of the catalogue here is where they've got lots and lots of basically very simple ideas for cards. I mean, you can make them as tricky as you like and add more, but the whole idea is this is aimed at people who maybe haven't got as much crafting experience or want a really quick and simple experience, okay? And some of us love to get involved and really go crazy with our with our creativity and really, well, I don't want to say complicated, but really amp up what we're doing, okay? But some people don't have the time, or maybe don't have that kind of product, or they're just not interested in, wanting to get that involved. They just want quick and simple. So that's these pages at the start, both in the annual catalogue and in this catalogue as well, have been designed with that end in mind. Do I have Christmas Friends? No, I don't, Roz. I don't have that one. So yeah, we're looking at page 14, 15, 16 and 17. So here on 17, they have shown lots and lots of ways of using the various ephemera things with the gold dipped cards and envelopes. And the cards and envelopes are absolutely beautiful. These are gorgeous. So this is one of the envelopes, okay? So this one is, I think it's Misty Moonlight. Is that correct? Does it say in here, or does it say somewhere? It doesn't say in the catalogue. I'm feeling like maybe it says on the packet. Yes, Cherry Cobbler, Garden Green, and Night of Navy. So it's Night of Navy, not Misty Moonlight. But because the Night of Navy fades out, it actually looks more like Misty Moonlight on this side, because Misty Moonlight, let's face it, is just a faded out version of Night of Navy, right? So these are really cool. I think that these are something that most people can get on board with, and they're really pretty as well. You've got that gorgeous gold dipping. Okay, there's the Night of Navy card. And did you notice that it has a score line here in the middle? Okay, so if you can use it like this, and you have the same on both sides. If you're wanting to be very frugal, you could cut it in the middle and then end up with 2, and then put it on a white card base and have 2 card fronts. So you can also do that if you would like to. So there's you can get double out of this if you really want to. The Garden Green is really nice. It's got like layers. To me, it looks like hills in the distance there. And then you've got your Cherry Cobbler. Okay, so you've got you've got the three different ones, and I think they're gorgeous. So you can see I've got a whole new pack here I haven't opened yet. These ones are already open, so I might as well use some of these. Now the ephemera pack that I got this one here, which has got the joyful images, and this is it. And it's got a couple of sheets, so you know, a couple of sheets. There's 2 sheets there of this one, which is all gold words. You've got merry, you've got Christmas, you've got season's greetings, you've got happy, you've got joy, you've got holidays. Okay, you've got all those different things. Then we've also got like these little greetings here that you could add to the front of a card, or a scrapbook page. Okay, so you could also do a holly jolly or a ho 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 on a scrapbook page. All right, so you've got lots of options. All right, you can see this banner here. That's actually the one that fell out, this one here, which is just a nice big Merry Christmas to add to the front of a card, or whatever you wanted to add it to. I've already used the Noel one time on a card. You guys might have seen me do that one a few weeks ago, where we coloured the Noel. We added some watercolour to it. Look really, really cool. So these are lovely because you can then do quite a bit with them. Okay, it's the Joyful Sayings ephemera pack. And how much are those? Does it say? Joyful images, no, Joyful Sayings. They're all $16.75, and you get 8 sheets, 2 each of 4 different designs. Okay, so they're really cool and a really handy thing to have if you were traveling and wanted to do a bit of crafting on your trip, but you didn't want to take a ton of product. First of all, I'd be taking a kit or 2 because everything you need is in the kits. But these are sort of something that you could add on to kits, and they are fantastic. So definitely, definitely worth doing. All right. I did think I would like to get these ones. I don't have them yet. This is like all different labels and things to either stamp on or write on or whatever you would like to do. And then this one is just lots of different little Christmas images, and those are really fun. Now, if you turn over to page 18, we also have some images here in the little bit festive set, and this is the one that I pulled out I think last weekend we looked at these. I've got the papers are easy, but these I find a little harder to store because once you start to snap out the die cuts out of the paper, they fall out, and then you end up with a bit of a mess. So my suggestion would be either get a paper, some plastic, like a cello bag or something like that, and pop them all out and put them in the cello bag, or get yourself a, we do sell these. These are the stamp containers, the plastic containers, just clear plastic cases that you can use for stamps. I use these for all sorts of things. I keep my pencils in them, as in my watercolor pencils. I keep like this kind of stuff in them. It just makes a lot of sense. So these come in packs of 4, and you can get these. Okay, yeah, you can use them for tags too, Sheila. That's a great idea. That is true. Let me have a look here, just seeing if I've missed any comments. You put yours in a Ziploc bag. Exactly, Donna. That's exactly what I'm thinking of. Yep. So so these here, this is what we're looking at. I'm just seeing, I moved mine. These are some pieces from the Little Bit Festive set. And when I was playing around with, some of you may have seen my last Tuesday's Technique Tuesday. So this is a whole bunch of these, all right? Last week's Technique Tuesday. And one of the things I did was add some enamel effects to some of these elements, which is a really fun thing to do. So we added the white ones onto here, and they now look like white berries attached to this little piece. So this is, where is it? I can't even see it. It's in there somewhere. There it is, that one there, and this is it, but I've added the berries, which just makes it. And the little gingerbread man, I gave him red, green, and just red and green buttons, and they're textury, so it's kind of feels nice to touch them. And then there was a Christmas tree, which I thought I might use today, actually. Christmas tree, let me see, there it is. So this is a Christmas tree that we added some pearls to, the red ones. One was here and fell. I actually fell, that one came off. I think I scratched it off. and forgot to put it back on again, but it doesn't matter. I can fix it up later. All right, so I'm thinking I might use that. And then what else do I have? We've also got, and I'm going to use a word or something from here. I think that would be nice. I also have some wreaths and things like that. So let's see if I have a nice wreath that I would want to add onto this. The nice thing about these is that you can actually like push out the centers and make like little frames. And like, for example, if I decided I wanted to go with the red one, I could, you know, push this out and have myself a frame that would go around the outside like that. Okay, so that would be quite nice. But I've got a few different ones. There's another one with holly, and then we've actually got a Christmas tree one. No, that's vanilla too. See, this is a white base, this is a vanilla base, so those do not go. I don't mind. I don't want it to be too busy, so I'm looking for something that's not too busy. That's probably, if I wanted to put my Christmas tree on, that's going to be too busy. See how it's too busy? Too much. They're competing, so that's not good. So I'm just deciding what I want to have, what elements. Maybe I will just have, tell you what I've got right here. I've got a circle, and we could have a little play and have something that, you know, something like this would be nice. So we could put some color on our circle from behind maybe and pop that right here, that kind of thing. So, you know, we have lots and lots and lots of choices. You have the little bit festive set, Maria? You've made some cards in the catalogue. The cards in the catalogue are great. There's such good inspiration. Let's go back to page 17. So it shows you some different things. These are some of the ephemera pack stuff, but also, and I love this one, except I got some, accidentally got some of the enamel effects on it over the corner of the edge there. So I have to work out what I can do with that, whether I can still use it. Now I'm deciding what I would like to have. So I'm just choosing some different ones. I do like the Merry Christmas here. And I like the green with the red. I mean, this would work. We could have something like this and have that right across there, perhaps. That would look, but there's a lot of empty space, so I'm not sure if that's what I want to do. What do you guys think? And we've also got this lovely big wishing you a Christmas full of peace and wonder. That's actually really nice. Huh. So we could do, I'm back to this, back to the red again, because I don't want to have, so which way do these go? Have I got that up the right way? Yes, I do. So that could go like that, and then this could go across the middle. That's not bad. I don't mind that. No, actually, I haven't seen Margaret tonight. I hope she's okay. That's a very good question. Clear embossed background on green card base front. We could do something like that. How about the drums? I do like a good frame, I have to say. Pulling bits and pieces out. The only thing, I don't mind, the only thing is this has got blue words, and unless there's some blue in my frame, I don't know that I want to use it. I'm still thinking. Oh, I hadn't looked at these ones yet. We've got, may all your days be merry and bright, which is nice, but it's quite big. We've got a just for you, which is lovely. We've got a thinking of you this Christmas. Once again, that would go on the blue one, right? Christmas wishes. That's nice. Hadn't even looked at that one yet. Oh, Sally's here. She wasn't here on Friday either. Interesting. I might reach out to her. Usually she's on my videos I do a team video on a Monday morning at 10 a.m. and she's always there. So if she's not there in the morning, I'm going to be calling her and seeing if I can work out what's happening. Because that's not like her not to be with us. The presents are cute. Also, we could stamp in the middle of this. Or stamp in one of these, and there's also a square one like that as well. There's just so many choices, right? We've got some ribbons here. I think I'd want that on probably a green base, maybe. I don't know. Then again, we also have, you know, I could have, you know, we could have a ribbon. No, that ribbon's too big. Goodness me, what am I doing? I have got a joy here, which would look really nice in the middle of this or in the middle of any of the frames. So I'm pulling that out because look how nice that is. Oh, there you are. Oh, there you are, Margaret. I'm glad to hear. Well, we're glad you're here, even if you're quiet. And it's okay to be quiet. What did you need? Do those frames fit our regular card bases? You mean this size? Or do you mean, the frames fit. They're meant to fit more of a US sizing. Okay. Now, that doesn't mean I still would put it like, okay, let's pick a card. Where's our reindeer card that we just made? Okay, just say this is my regular card size. Okay, this will fit, but there's a little bit more at the top and the bottom. Whereas if you put this in the middle of a US card size, it's going to be perfect. Okay, I still think that's okay. Or I might even lift it up a little higher and then put, you know, not this one because it's a bit long, but put something across the bottom. You know, you could put a greeting across the bottom. So that would be something to do. Something else. I'm saving this to do something else with, this one. This is my current favorite one. I'm looking, this is the one that is inspired by something Ellen did the other day, and I really, really like it. Isn't that pretty? All those little gingerbready things. Super, super cute. But you can see it doesn't quite frame our card bases. But you can still work with it the same as, you know, we can usually make them work. I know some people might say, well, why do we have to make them work? Because our cardstock size is not the same size as the US. Simple as that. All right. Okay, I'm coming back. And am I going to go with green or am I going to go with red? If I go with green, see, that's not right because it covers up too much of the gold. I don't want to cover up any gold. I could do here, but I don't feel that that's quite right either. So that one's not, that one I'm discarding. We're not doing that. Love this. Look at the poinsettias. Aren't they beautiful? You could have those going down one side and then have something going across. Look how pretty that is. Simple. A simple, easy card. All right. We could just pop them on dimensionals, pop that there, and call that a card. Super, super nice. Too many choices. There is a lot of choices, and I agree. Sometimes that can be hard. Okay. But the nice thing is because the colors, for the most part, work across the board, you can use most of them. Most of them are going to work, okay? Although, see, that's green. It does have red berries. I would rather have green on green. I just think that would be better. The blue, I would save, like this one, thinking of you this Christmas. Well, that's going to look nice on United Navy. That's going to work quite well. But anyway, all right, I just need to pick something because, like you said, too many choices, right? Oh, this ribbon's a better size, don't you think? So let's see. I'm going to pull out one that I know that I like the look of. And I do like this. Like so. And we could have, I think the ribbon, yeah, see the ribbons can't go at the top because then it's going to cover the word joy. It would need to go at the bottom. But actually I don't mind that. What do we think about that layout? Let's put a little bit of Tombow on the back of this. I'm committing to a decision. Yeah, good to use with kids, exactly. I have had a couple of customers buy these ephemera packs for their grandkids so they can craft together for that exact reason. And I think that that's a really nice thing to do. I'm just using a few dots of glue here and there. And I'm going to have this joy go straight across here. I'm using my heel of my hand just to get it so the glue doesn't go right across that the foil. Right, and on the back of that I'm going to add some dimensionals. So this is going to be very, very simple. Oh yes, better with a Wink of Stella. Everything is, right? Everything's better with a Wink of Stella. All right, so that is going to go up here, and I feel like maybe some bling on this would be good. You know, maybe some. I'm going to add my little ribbon here. It's covering up the berries, but that's okay. All right, so that's how that's looking. It's kind of cute. Well, Wink of Stella, let me see. One of my Wink of Stellas is brand new, and I think it's this one. I'm just going to Wink of Stella over my, yeah, it is this one. Over my ribbon to make it sparkly. Probably should have done this before I stuck it on the card, but you know, it's not too bad. The good thing about Wink of Stella is you can kind of get away with adding it after your card's complete, but yes, it would have been better to do before I glued it. All right. And if you can see it, it's actually sparkly now. Can you see that? Ta-da! Now, we're going to need some bling. The question is, what bling? We've got lots of choices. All right, so I could use my Drucy dots. Those would work. That's these little guys. So we could use those, but they're not the same color as this foil, but we get away with it. But I think maybe they're not quite right. We have the gold textured gems. Those would work. And I don't know if they're in here or if they're in a different. Of course, the metallic dots would work. Of course they would. These are the textured dots I'm talking about. They're more of a yellowy. See, those would probably go quite well. I also could use some of the cherry cobbler. Maybe we go with the cherry. I'm using these a lot, actually. That could work. Shall we go with the red dots? Cut the ties off from the bow. We could do that. Would you like to see these a little shorter? Is that what we're thinking? It's not right. Where shall we cut them? You mean about here? And is that better? And I'm actually going to give it little flaggy ends. I agree with you guys. Not quite right. I'm just going to snip it. There we go. What do you think? Is that better? No ties. We could put googly eyes on the ribbon. I've got googly eyes, you guys, you know. I always have googly eyes. All right, I'm thinking the red, what do we call that? The red dots, the cherry cobbler dots. I'm just going to use the point of my scissors to grab a few of these. I think a couple of these spread around on the wreath would look good. Actually, let's use some of the 3 together. Like that. What do you think? I think that looks cute. Maybe. It did look like frog's legs. Yeah, it did. You're right. I'm glad we chopped it off because it looks better. Oh. Thinking maybe another one down here. All right. What do we think? Is that better? Did we improve it by adding some, so you can see the Wink Costello. If you look closely, can you see it? There it is. It's shiny, sparkly. Now they look like stubs. Do they look like stubs? Oh, no. That's not good. All right. So we ended up with 2 cards tonight. So you can see you can have a lot of fun with these. They are a lot of fun. And I agree, a lot of choices. But sometimes it's fun. Oh, I just noticed that this piece hasn't pushed out. Look at that. Something I like about these is that if you wanted to, this label actually looks really good with a ribbon threaded through it. And maybe I'll do that one night because it takes up to like a centimetre and a bit ribbon. So that's really cute. Which one did we like best? I think the reindeer one for me, probably for most of you as well, because that one was one that to me just came together really easily. This one, I had to think a little bit more about what I was doing, even though it was an easier card. But they both turned out pretty nice. I know, I'm liking it more and more too. Now I've got it, I love it. But yeah, it took me a while to decide I wanted it. I haven't tried what already, Miss Cherie? What haven't I tried? Yeah, everyone loves the reindeer card. They did work out. They did work out okay. All right, I'm going to come back over. Actually, before I do that, a little earlier tonight, so I am actually going to quickly, for those who missed it, I know some of you did see it. Last Thursday, we had our craft along, okay, and I uploaded the video. We did a live video where I showed you how to make this card. This is a circle latch card, so it opens up like this, and this little piece here keeps the top flap flat, like so, holds it in place, okay, and oh, I received a card today. Somebody sent it to me, and I'm trying to think who that was. Who was it that showed me they made the card? And now I've forgotten. I'm so sorry, but I'll remember as soon as I get off this call. But there are also alternate designs as part of this month's craft along. And if anyone is interested in the tutorials for all the other cards, they are available to purchase. So if you ordered with me last month, you would have received them for free. And if you're in my team, you received them for free as well. Okay. But, oh, the ribbon through the tag. No, I haven't tried that, Cherie. No, I haven't yet. But I know it can do it, and I just haven't done it. But we'll do that another time. All right, so the reason I'm showing you these is because the tutorials are now available to purchase, and anybody who wants one can order them, Okay, and here are all the other cards that are in that series. First of all, we did a scrappy card with the Humble Home bundle. So this was a mini catalog showcase. So just everything is in this series of cards is made with new catalog product. Okay, then we did a book treat box with I tried to make a vintage antique looking book. And that's how that came together, and it's really cute. It has a little magnet closure here. The magnets are one thing I cannot sell to you, so I get mine on Amazon, but super good, and they make a very satisfying noise when you close the book. Okay, so I love having magnet closures. Then we have another reindeer card that I did specifically for this, and this is a pop out window card, so that one there. And the last one in this series was a diorama card made with the Nests of Winter bundle. Okay, so I like how that turned out. It was actually very easy, but this one I do all the cards in both imperial and metric, so everyone can follow along and have the measurements if they want. But for the diorama and for the book, those are in inches only. Okay, so hopefully that will work for everyone, but they actually are easier to do in inches than in metric, so so I stuck with inches for those two. Hey Carmen, nice to have you with us. Oh, I know. It's a bit sad, isn't it, Cherie? Everyone heard. I hope I'm not breaking this news to anyone who hasn't heard it yet, that we lost Maggie Smith on Friday, and very sad because watched her as Professor McGonagall for years, and also loved her as in Downton Abbey as well. Absolutely thought she was a wonderful, wonderful actress. So it's very sad that she's gone. But she had an amazing life, right? What an amazing thing. All right, so these are the ones. Now, I'm going to put my blog address up on the screen for you right now. This is where you go if you would like to purchase the tutorials for this. It's available now. You can head straight over there if you like and grab them immediately. And you will find that it's a PayPal button. You can hit purchase now. It's $15 Australian, which is about $10 US-ish. It changes from 1 month to the next depending on the exchange rate, but it usually hovers around the $10 mark. So, but it's 15 Australian dollars. Okay, so anyone who wants that can head over there right now and grab them, and I hope that you will, because I put a lot of time and energy into these tutorials, and I love it when people take them and are actually able to grab them and get them to use, and then you've got them forever to use. So the replays will be available as long as YouTube exists. You'll be able to watch the replay. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go away from those now and go back to me. Here I am. Okay, so tomorrow we have our Zoom class for anyone who's registered for that. You'll need the decorative trees bundles, and I have sent out the supply list for anyone who would like to craft along with us and make these. So it's a live class where you just need to have your cut and emboss machine on hand and the supplies that are listed in the supply list. Then Technique Tuesday. On Tuesday, we're doing Humble Home tips and tricks. And then later in the week, I'm hoping to have something for you on Wednesday. So if everything works out as I hope, keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, I'll be live again next Friday evening. So I hope everyone had a great weekend. I hope you enjoyed tonight's live, and I will be back again with something for you soon. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.